I said in my review of Swarm all those months ago that I could not wait for the sequel. Now that that sequel is here, Swarm 2 just blew me away. The crown has been stolen, and Swarm 2 is now my favorite virtual reality game of all time.
For self-improvement, crafts, and fitness games, go ahead and turn on YouTube and watch Jack.
The idea of Swarm 2 is very simple. You are a guy who must kick some alien monster butts by swinging around like Spider-Man and shooting them. A combination of Punisher and Spider-Man that makes every nerd happy. Once you shoot out enough enemies, you go to the next level and do it all again by jumping through this portal thing. Zipping around and killing these alien enemies just feels great and is incredibly addicting. Adding to the gameplay comes a breadth of unique levels, constant upgrades, and perks that change each round you play, making each time you play through a run of this game feel unique. Seriously, this perk system, I didn't even think about that when reviewing the original game. I love this perk system. The original Swarm was much more linear. Again, please watch that review. I have it linked below in the description area. In the original game, you beat 5 levels, beat a boss, and continue until you win the game. There were standard levels, and once you beat it, you have the leaderboard section, and that's basically it. Swarm 2 changes the formula by going for a rogue-like mechanic. In this gameplay type, you must beat the series of 15 levels that are randomly picked out of a pool of 21 or so options.
I've had tougher fights with my alarm clock.
If you die, let's say you get to the 10th level and die, then you have to reset all the way back to the beginning. However, you get to keep all of the shards that you collected from killing enemies and breaking crystals. These shards can then be used to upgrade your character, giving you brand new abilities and more life and shield, and also, getting more perks. Thus, making you more powerful the next round you play until you are strong enough to beat all 15 series of levels. All this means is that the constant dying you do in the game is just an excuse for you to go back and upgrade your character, making you strong enough. Once you beat all 15 levels, then you get to move on to the next difficulty level, and then repeat that gameplay loop of dying constantly until you're strong enough to beat the next, and then continue on. With 3 levels, easy, medium, and hard, there are 60 rounds of gameplay here for a cool $25. In case you are wondering, I did about 23 rounds, beating easy and normal difficulty pretty easily. Hard is just too hard. The roguelike gameplay style may get a bit stale for a large 60-hour experience, but it's perfect for a $25 indie game, such as this. It allows the developers to get a much larger amount of gameplay for a little bit of content in the game, allowing the developers to polish what content there is. It also makes it way easier for the developers to add content to the pool of randomness to be chosen. As of this review, there are about 21 levels, but more will be added. Here is the developer's proposed upgrade timeline. You can see new things coming if you are interested in the game. That roadmap highlights the beauty of this format. All you need to do is add a couple of new levels to greatly extend the gameplay and provide gamers hours worth of content. I know there are a ton of people who really don't like roguelike mechanics, but I honestly prefer them in much smaller indie titles such as this or Hades. If I'm paying $60 though, just make a full-fledged game. Indie games, do this way. These levels take place in 3 different environments: a city-like environment, a desert, and space. Each of these environments have 4 levels that need to be beaten to move on to the next one. These levels are huge when compared to the original game. The developer said that they can be up to 10 times larger, which makes like swinging around and like shooting aliens much more engaging. And instead of using these platforms, you can actually swing around the environment, which makes it feel more like these are actual levels. Another change made when comparing the versions is the ability to sprint. With the move of the thumbstick, you can force your body in a different direction, allowing you to easily dodge enemy fire, grab shards, and build momentum. The developers also stated that the sprint functionality, that ability, allows you to go up to twice the speed of the original game. If you do get a bit motion sick, you may want to ease yourself into Swarm 2. Start with the original one, get used to that before you jump onto this one. Within each level, there are new guns available, such as the minigun or an explosive like bow and arrow. Pew! It does look like there's not that many new enemy types, which is a bit lame. Between each level, you get to choose a perk that will give you more health, deal more damage, or allow you to collect more shards for upgrades on your next run.
Taking them down like it's your job. I guess it is your job. Reinforcements arriving. Take them down.
Like I said, I love the perk system. It made each playthrough more interesting. Sure, it sucked if all 3 of my perks randomly provided were kind of bad, but it was still fun. Kind of like how losing at a slot machine is still like a little bit of entertainment. You can re-roll your perks to get new choices, but it will cost you some shards. After completing the 4 levels, you get a bonus game where you must collect as many shards as possible. Kind of like how Sonic, you have that one bonus level where you have to collect all the rings. It's a ton of fun, like swinging around these maze-like levels, and it really makes me want like an online racing style type mode with this game. I can't be the only one who would kill for this in an update. After the boss level, you must beat the boss in each environment. My main complaint here is that there is only 1 boss per environment. You will always face this guy with the laser or the other guy with a chainsaw arm for each time you play through the game. There needs to be at least probably like 3 distinct bosses for each environment. That way it kind of shakes things up and makes it feel so that it's not so stale by the end of my 30 days. Maybe add like a 4th environment that can be randomly chosen as well. Outside of the main mode, there is a level selection mode if you want to like try and play through and like strategize within your environment to figure out how to swing through before you jump back in the main game. These level selections are tied with their own leaderboards, which is an amazing addition. I would sometimes come to this mode to try and like remain on top of the leaderboard section, which wouldn't be long because I'm pretty terrible at video games in general, and yet you guys watch my channel. These are these champion modes, which reverts the gameplay back to Swarm 1 as you earn enough points to be on the leaderboards. Messed up that section, but I'm continuing on. There's also a cool freestyle mode where you get to swing around this giant city where there are some levels and bonus modes where you can take place at. It's perfect if you just need some time to practice your swinging and like, you know, shooting enemies at the same time. One mode that I do wish was in Swarm is an online cooperative multiplayer mode. Adding another user to a sprint would make the game amazing. Imagine if you are being tailed around by an alien and it's about to attack you when your partner swings in and shoots it and destroys it, and that way you can say like a snarky one-liner and they respond. It'll be just like a movie. I get online implementation, all that stuff would be an expensive development, but there is so much potential right there. Other than that, I really don't have many other complaints. Maybe one is that the music isn't really anything that special. I remember a few tracks from the original Swarm to this day. The sequel, I can't think of how like a single one would go. Swarm 1 had like Internet Information Propaganda Leads This Nation. I don't remember a single one from Swarm 2. As this is a fitness-based channel, let's learn how physical the game is. Swarm 2 is one of the most intense workouts ever. Just kidding. The game is a light exercise with not a whole lot of movement. You're just kind of like... I usually play standing up, so I do get to like walk around and like rotate my body a little bit. But it's nothing that would cause any kind of muscle burning. All that is proven in the statistics which I pulled up. This table contains all of the data playing Swarm over the 30 days. Visit my website, jack-jenkins.com, if you would like to see this data a little bit more closely. The link is in the description. While you are down there, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, give me money so I can afford more reviews. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to get the plugs out of the way now. Over the 30 days, I played Swarm for 26 of them because I needed a day off each week. With that data, I get 4,089 calories burned. That is a bit over a pound of fat burned by Swarm 2. The average calories per session is 157. The total time played was 9 hours, 16 minutes, and 28 seconds. That comes to an average time per session of 21 minutes and 24 seconds. From there, you can calculate my calorie burn per minute, which is 7.4. That is lower than the 8 point calories of playing the original Swarm. I wrote that out really weird, which is what I burned in the original. Maybe I was just moving a little around a little bit more when I did the original review of Swarm because, I was still new to VR. In conclusion to my review, Swarm 2 is one of the best virtual reality games that I have ever played. The gameplay is so incredible and it's just so much fun to play. While there are improvements that are needed, the developers are hard at work as judging by, their release schedule. I can't wait to put on my headset from like a year from now and just see like so many different improvements and so many new levels made in this game. While there isn't like a physical, any kind of workout at all, it's still just an amazing time to be had. As of now, this is my current favorite virtual reality game. I will be out there blasting aliens away, so come check me on the leaderboards if you want. And I'm giving Swarm 5 stars. It's great. So guys, that's it for today's review of Swarm 2. If you like this review, then please give this video a big thumbs up. In fact, go through all my videos and give them all a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. I try to put up a new one every single week. If you have any ideas on any video topics you want me to do, then please leave them below. I will do pretty much any topic that isn't illegal or will hurt me too badly. Follow me on X and Instagram at TrueJackJenk. Visit my website at jack-jenkins.com. Lastly, have a fantastic day, everyone. If you are watching this, then you are just so incredibly amazing. And if you want to know how you can improve yourself, I can't really improve myself alone. I need more motivation. Everyone needs motivation. That's just human nature. So if you want to improve yourself, let's improve ourselves together.
What's that stand for? Annoying invasion? Consider that one a freebie.